Fake the handoff initially. Now Sharpie draws the big Malawatch, and he's got great length. Nice step in by James. He got in front of Roberts.
Oh, what great defense. What a nice scheme.
James will send it to Knipple. It's 18-15 Blue Devils. Under 6 minutes to go first half. Flagg, the cover. Big finish and a foul.
How about the darn? That's not his game.
Well, he tried to deny him from getting the ball, but once he gets it, back up a little bit.
Right.
Swing it. Flagg. He's one-on-one with Roberts. Flagg. Head and shoulder fake. Flagg. Nice pass. Drops it inside for Brown. A perfect. There's Cryer.
Nice roll
to Roberts. Tutler missed the jam.
I don't know if he got hit on that, Grant.
Yeah, some contact.
James. Boom. How about the extra pass by
Backing Malawatch at 7-2 going right at him.
6 years will do that for you.
Yeah, he's got that baby hook. He always brings energy. Knipple knocks it down.
A lot of offensive power, and sometimes that great offense is going to out-trump a very good defense.
Duke has won 14 straight games. They have not lost a game since February 8. Tyrese Proctor. Flagg with Nelson on him now on the switch. Flagg missed another one. Duke's going small. Brown gets it back, sets up another chance here for Duke. Caleb Foster, cash, money, pylon. A reaction to the crowd. It's a 6-point game. You know Alabama's not going to stop shooting.
You know, but Brian, how big is it taking the momentum in the second half scoring, and then Duke comes right back? But the good defense again, and better offense. Bradley using that big body, got it up. Cooper Flagg stayed steady.
Cats with a 7-0 run here. They lead it by 5. Here is Proctor. Proctor hits. He's got a lot. And we have setting up for us here in this Sweet 16 matchup. Duke's made 10 of their last 13 field goals. Cooper Flagg's been all of that. Here's Knipple for 3. Got concern with this massive Duke team. Now Bradley has 3. And Tommy Lloyd has a decision to make. Flagg splits it. No look. James in the corner, wide open. Cash. All
communication creates chemistry that creates consistency. And that's what they've been all year. And I'll put Florida in that same kind of boat. Those two teams with the 3 C's.
Can I throw another C in there?
Go ahead.
Cooper.
He leaves it for Malawatch. Learn, connect, have an impact early in the season as well. When all the shine was on Cooper Flagg. That just shows how good Knipple is.
Flagg again!
While you're clawing your way back in this game.
Looks a little shaken up over there, too. Might have taken a shot to the head. Gumba on the floor for Duke. Full court pressure by the Wildcats. Flagg breaks it, leaves it up top. This time it's Gumba.
Shout out to my former teammate, Mike Bibby, former Arizona Wildcat.
Yeah.
1997 NCAA. He came on my podcast today, so I know he's watching.
Oh, yeah, he's in the weight room.
Well, you know what? No. Congratulations, too, head coach at Sacramento State.
Proctor finds Flagg. Good ball movement. James in the corner. Big shot. See it.
From Miami. Prior to that, Arkansas State. Puts it up. Too strong. Rebounded by Knipple. Get it ahead. Flagg. Kick. Proctor.
He has continued.
Huntsell, undersized center. Willis Reed, undersized center. Obviously, the physique of this kid to compete at this level, really impressive.
James takes it strong. Duke 57, Baylor 44. Edgecombe off the rim. Flagg's got the board.
He does elevate.
That's 5 rebounds for Flagg. Quick trigger. Knipple drains it. Trying to pump up his teammates right now. They're down by 14.
He's got a great attitude. He does more talking on defense than the perimeter people.
Flagg switch with Celestine. Gillis gets an open look. Put it on the board.
Good.
We're down to 3:40 remaining. O'Meara on the bench for Baylor. Caleb Foster in.
Here soon.
Shire
might empty his bench.
Double team on Foster. Flagg takes a look, shovels it, ball fake, layup. Good for Malawatch.
That's the
19 for VJ Edgecombe, native of the Bahamas. Another. Proctor. Yes, sir! And Malawatch, all impact players. The transfer, Sion James, he's also had a major impact. His competitiveness. Lob it up. Down. In the first round of the NCAA tournament against the #1 seed in the East, Duke.
Same little slip. How about that?
Again and again. Turnover, Mountaineers. Evans, ready position.
Look at the hustle.
And the long rebound, Proctor. They're playing catch, and Proctor is playing between Duke and Mount St. Mary's. Pull-up jumper, Hobbs, too strong. Flagg's got another board. Flagg, end-to-end float, up top for the jam.
Transition in this game. Duke wants to make them a half-court team. Another turnover, just trying to make the home run pass.
Duke in transition. James up and good with the left hand, and the lead is up.
Well, he's operated so effectively in the last month out of that short roll, going right into the chest of Cooper Flagg on the vertical contest.
Proctor at the other end.
And Carolina takes it the other way for a terrific Euro step layup by Ian Jackson.
Powell guarding Flagg on this trip. Off to James, muscles it up and in.
Boy, terrific pass.
Brown, a good passer. He's got 3 assists in this game. He's going to take a 3 and hit it.
About Elliot Cadeau, and Cadeau was very confident off that catch and shoot. That was a huge bucket for North Carolina.
30% three-point shooter on the season, does not often look for that shot. Flagg swings it to Knipple. Cadeau went flying.
Scored in this game since the first couple minutes of the second half. Duke's switching and their size have been really difficult.
And the size a factor there, and then a run out and a chance.
Dunks, but that's not a bad discussion to have, OB. When we're talking about all his dunks combined.
When you're arguing like 1 through 7, which one was the best, you're pretty darn good. Flagg with it up high. Hildreth swatting at it, knocks it away. It's loose again. Shot clock inside 10. Flagg on the spin, looking for room to operate. Got it downstairs. Great pace, but a missed opportunity for the Blue Devils. Thought we were looking at a Cooper loop. Off the window, Hildreth can't finish.
Trademark OB.
Here's Proctor on a run out. Proctor, man, that one far tougher this time.
All sign to the 7-footer and Malawatch.
Malawatch is 2 inches taller.
Yeah, but in Evans' defense, Cooper Flagg also did that in the previous game. Talking about the Wake Forest defenders being too small to guard him. Things, OB, and a lot of it has to do with you have moms and dads who not only played the game but coach the game.
Yep.
But they understand how important it is to root for other players' success. Look at the parents.
From him from three-point land this season. On that topic, Evans on a misfire comes right back out high for Flagg. On the drive, the spin, the feed. Here's James.
To be excellent each and every time out.
Biggest lead of the night here for the Duke Blue Devils. They will add to that. Mason. And we'll see how long Cooper Flagg remains in the game. And Knipple 2 is up to 17 points. Underneath for an easy basket from Malawatch.
Make it 2 of their first 6, and Watkins has got 2 dunks.
How about that? Splitting the ball screen, getting to the cup. Jameer Watkins showing up ready to play. But you notice when they're getting their offense. It's playing quick, maybe not even a pass. They're being aggressive early. Heads up.
Flagg the lob, and Malawatch answers. And Nitu, the 6'11 freshman from Whitney in Southern Ontario, is into the lineup now, and so is Patrick Gungba, by the way, for Duke, along with Caleb Foster. And Knipple for 3, and he got it out of the corner. Jackson into traffic over Malawatch. Flagg gathers. Down the floor goes Flagg. Lob. Coming the hammer. Floater. He's got 6, 4 here in the second half. 27-point Duke lead, inside 9 to go. Florida State's lost 2 straight, 3 of 4, and 7 of their last 10, with a trip to Virginia on Tuesday and then SMU next Saturday to close the regular season. Flagg for Evans, 3-ball.
Questionable with the ball right now. Finds A.J. Staten McCray, and his three-pointer off the rim will not go. Grabbed by Con Knipple, and down the floor comes Duke with a starting 5 that we've gotten to know so well. James, Proctor, Knipple, Flagg, and Malawach. A Duke team 24-3, 15-1 in the league. Their lone loss a couple of weeks ago at Clemson. Their other losses this year, Kansas and Kentucky. Con Knipple opens the game with a...
At least it's not a turnover.
I mean, technically it's turnover, but I get what you're saying.
Whatever.
Evans, Evans drills it. Free throw's good. Snaps a 10-0 Duke run by Joe Bay. Says the impact, just the space they take up, the attention that defenses have to pay them.
Yes. Look, it almost makes it to the point where you can play 404. Oh, boy.
Gosh. They are given between the SEC tournament, NCAA tournament, end of the year.
It is wild.
Here's Foster. And if Tyrese Proctor's going to be...
To try things, too. Look at the length at the top of that zone, though. And just think about passing around that.
I want to see some diamond and one in the last 7 minutes. Malawach flushes.
Yeah, 2 good looks that time by the Illini. Key for them to, can they battle and compete on the boards, is going to be very important against this tall, long, and athletic Duke Blue Devils team.
Flagg averaging 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 dimes per game. Now James for a jumper, and he knocks down his first shot.
Rather assess where the defense is at and then make a move.
Here's Flagg. Proctor, pick and roll with Flagg. He slips, power dribble. Skip pass, rising fire. Yep. Ivisic, nice backdoor cut. Yakutronis unable to finish. Flagg the other way, striding. Knipple driving, reverse layup, got it. Kept Ivisic off the boards. Flagg to a cutting Proctor, skipping to the bucket, off the glass and in.
Marciunas, Golden State.
Marshallonis?
6'6", big, strong.
Just like that.
He's just strong. His 2 sons, Cameron and Caden, will both be Blue Devils next season.
Not 1, but 2.
Yes.
A big man and a point guard. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Flagg dumping it downstairs and a slam.
Boxing out Anthony Robinson, who right now you can see as a redshirt freshman has an advantage over Gumba from a strength standpoint. But Patrick Gumba gives Duke a lot of punch on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, Duke punching back after that flurry. Great ball movement, and count that one.
Well, you know how talented you are. He has certainly Flagg 1. He has Knipple 6, and he has right there the dunking machine. Draft choices.
And you know who's so
fortunate?
fortunate? Yeah, well, that's why we're so fortunate. Because now you've been with us for 45 years and changed the college basketball game, all because Red Auerbach got the best of you in the training.
It's wide open on the feet from Flagg. Rado calling for the ball. Here's Blakes. Can he get started here? No. Been a long day for him and his return to Cameron Indoor.
But Obi, look at the special attention being paid to Blakes. If there's anyone, and again, these guys love him.
Tyrese court. Does he see it? He gives it up. Long one coming. Blakes can't bank it in. It just can't hit a shot. He is 0 for 7. Brown will let it fly. Hit the 3.
ACL injury.
As early in his high school career, there's a drive and a miss by Wilkinson, and Malawach finally gets a rebound. Here's Caleb Foster off John Shar's bench into the lineup.
And this is a good opportunity for Caleb Foster to build some confidence, get going, and find his way truly to being part of this run for the Blue Devils. They're going to need him as this season goes along.
Malawach
guy that played for the Duke Blue Devils a year ago, and now
Jalen Blake,
Stanford Cardinal,
yeah.
Jalen Blake, who has the highest increase in points per game nationally.
10 for Wilkinson now. A couple of threes in the first half, and Cal's first 2 field goals here in half 2. Flagg against Petritus. Tough matchup for Reedus.
Cannot help.
Proctor 3 from the
chemotherapies, multiple surgeries, and did not speak for 8 months. I know Lorraine loved that, but nobody else did.
She got finally a word in.
Here's Proctor's at a big half with 11. Flagg rolling, draws the double. Knipples the open shooter and knocks it down, a 3.
And nobody should be able to get around Lampkin's seal with that size and frame he has.
1,001 career points for Lampkin. Congratulations to him.
That's thunderous. Sports Center top 10 dunk. What a play.
I know we talk about Cooper Flagg a lot, and maybe if you don't like Duke, it's Proctor.
Roger Ayers, Bert Smith, Tommy Morrissey, the officials. And that's the tip of our Sonic blockbuster matchup. The Blue Devils with the first possession of the night.
Seth Trimble guarding Cooper Flagg. He's given up a lot of size.
And an easy one as keep Duke off the glass and get out in transition against some easy ones. Backdoor pass taken away by Flagg. Look at that pass. And James will lay it in.
On the shot clock, and that's the kind of tough 2 that Duke wants to force. A mid-range jumper oversized.
Duke by 1, just over 4 minutes into this one here at Cameron. Flagg posting the immediate double. Open is Proctor. Count it.
The right cross-court pass, the skip. Beautifully done.
And now his second steal of the night. Off to Proctor for the slam. Cadeau driving on Gillis. Powell lost it. Blue Devils in transition. Malowacz with the left.
The switching would be helpful, but you have to give Duke credit for an excellent defensive first half.
We are now ready for the second half of our Sonic blockbuster matchup. Dan Schulman, Jay Billis, Jess Sims here at Cameron Indoor Stadium in Durham. 22-point lead for the Blue Devils. Flagg draws a double, kicks to Knippel. And he gets inside and slams.
And then when Stackhouse was let go, then Ben Allen Lubin transferred here to North Carolina.
Cade Tyson making his first appearance tonight for the Tar Heels. Again, a transfer from Belmont, big score there, had some good moments earlier in the year for Carolina, has kind of fallen out of the rotation. Didn't play it all Tuesday against Pitt.
Middlebrooks badly wants to get it up there. Can't stick it. Flagg with the board. And now Duke with their backs up against it here in the first half, trailing 35-24. Flagg, nice dish downstairs for the stuff.
Who else can find someone that steps up in this game?
And NC State has defeated Duke 2 of the last 3 times they have played, including the ACC tournament, the NCAA tournament last spring. The roll for James. They'll slam it down. Great exit.
But having to do it without Dontrez Styles, who is their best defender on Cooper Flagg.
James can run on that baseline, looking for help. In for Flagg.
Ben Middlebrooks can't pressure Cooper Flagg 94 feet the way that Dontrez Styles did. And Kevin Keys knows they're going to put the basketball in the hands of Flagg, especially late in game, to allow him to be the facilitator.
Duke is getting everybody's best shot in the conference, aren't they?
Yeah, they absolutely are. The NC State came in with maybe one of their better performances of the season on the road tonight.
Flagg drives it, shot clock winding down, got the pass off.
To go tonight, Tennessee and Auburn to clash in the absolutely brutal SEC on a big day of college basketball on ESPN. Flagg looking to go around the back, got free. James will fire it up and swish it in Fenway Park, which is unbelievable. Now go out west and do Dodger Stadium.
The fact that he played 4 sports in high school. In Iowa, they play baseball in the summer because of the weather. Never really thought of that. Ran track, football, basketball. Talk about a ship that has sailed. 4 sport guys. Well, there's some four sports guys. They're just not that good.
Not very good in any of it, really. Yeah. Shot clock down to 10. Knippel's open from the corner and got a great look for the. So under 2 to go in the first half. Duke has done a pretty darn good job of keeping his crowd at bay.
They've struggled to adjust to the zone. I mean, you can see it just run 15, 20 seconds of trying to figure out what we're doing offense.
Flagg with a turnaround. Oh, what a great pass underneath for Gumbo. With a minute to go before the break. Flagg downstairs. Back out. Knippel. Yes. Nothing but net. Wake Forest has been dreadful all season from three-point land, and they're 0 for 9 today. Flagg gives up the dribble. Knippel stepping in a lane, banks in two.
Often, particularly against a team like Duke, bigs are a step behind the play. He is not.
Pressure from the Demon Deacons. Flagg does get it in for Proctor. Flagg gets it across. Gillis from the corner. Got it! He swishes it in.
They are well beyond my range.
Payne, a determined move. Got it up to the iron, but it won't fall. And Flagg with a rebound. He's averaging 8 a game along with 19 points. But he's been quiet so far. Proctor finds him. Flagg. Kind of a choppy dribble. Great dish underneath for Mawach.
Little sis Dawn Staley with the, my little big sis Dawn Staley with the huge contract extension, $25.5 million, the highest paid coach in women's basketball history. I just need to hit her up, make sure I'm good for a $5 loan.
You and I both, next time we're in Columbia, richly deserved.
Oh,
She's done a magnificent job.
Absolutely on her, we go to Columbia.
Nice touch there for three.
The team and got his first win as the Duke head coach.
Then he rolling inside. Flagg with the stop.
And again, that's what he does. It's not all about what he does on the offensive end of the floor. Defensively, making big plays as well.
Evans with a long one. Yes, what a great touch.
8 points, only 3 rebounds for him, but has battled through foul trouble in this game.
Back to Evans, wants to launch again. He's hot.
This transfer from Idaho State, playing against Mawach, missed with the jumper. Here we had a long healing return off a preseason hand injury, and sees his first action tonight. Flagg baseline. Skip out for Gillis' three.
Contact with the roller to the rim. That's going to open up opportunities on the perimeter. And Duke right now sharing the basketball extremely well, finding the shooters.
Foster for Flagg. Here's an extra pass. Knippel again.
Miami.
So Sion James brings it front court. You see Flagg now, the team leader in 5 categories. Top 10 in the ACC in all 5, by the way. Here's James, a triple. And he runs the ball.
A capable scorer from beyond the three-point arc, forced to play the point guard position right now without their 2 primary point guards available.
Yeah, Nigel Back's been done since December 10th, Corey. And he's missed the last 6. And no timetable for the ripple. My God, it's Carlton, Sarasota in early May.
My God, Dickie V switching it up. It used to be a Mercedes.
Yeah.
You were always going to drop the top. But now the 20th year of his gala, switch it up to the Beamer right now. I respect that.
One of the magical events on the basketball calendar every year. Knippel out of the corner.
And back come the Blue Devils. Sion James at the point with the ball. Proctor, Knippel, Flagg, and Mawach, 3 freshmen in the starting lineup. As Knippel finds Flagg, he finds Mawach, and the 3 freshmen connect.
And Mawach, you can throw it up as high as you want. He'll go get it.
7'5" wingspan, 9'8" standing reach. Knippel back to Flagg, who's been shooting the 3 better of late. Proctor's been shooting it well all season.
Yeah, that's the one thing you cannot allow Braden Shrewsbury to do, and that's catch and shoot. He's a player you cannot close out to. You've got to be close enough to him where a closeout is not necessary.
The coach's son averaging almost 16 a game. The laying second year in South Bend. And has had a really interesting coaching journey. Was at Butler under Brad Stevens. Was at Purdue under Matt Payne. NFL.com. Our MegaCast coverage begins at 8 Eastern on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Plus, and ESPN Deportes as it is tipped in by Malo.
Defend.
Just thank you. Underway. The Blue Devils get the first possession of the second half with an 8-point lead. Good ball pressure out near midcourt by Shrewsbury. Knipple handling for the Blue Devils.
Almost like a zone look underneath.
And Flagg with his 6th assist of the 3 today, and they have 11 for 16. They have left some points on the line. 7 for 13 overall. Flagg having an enormous afternoon. Malawach having a pretty good day himself.
To go 17.6 assists, 0 turnovers, and he's been able to put up big numbers throughout this season. At 27 and 8 against Cal a couple of games ago. They need him to be aggressive to have success here on the road.
Right, if it's going to happen for Pitt, and they're going to come back, their guards are going to lead a Knipple down the lane. Nice adjustment to lay it in.
Greg talked about him back home playing his first game in over a month in his home state. So, of course, wants to have a strong showing here. And now with Zach Austin going down, we'll get much more of an opportunity.
Flagg on a double. Nice pass. And that'll be finished by James.
Good look. A breakdown defensively by Duke. Caleb Foster left a very good shooter wide open. But Cummings unable to get it to go. And, of course, for the Panthers, they're going to have to start knocking down some of those looks. But they're going to try to get back into this.
James from the corner. And sinks it from three-point line. So Duke will win their 9th consecutive game. They are firing on all cylinders right now.
And most impressive, they were able to build a double-digit lead going into the half with Cooper Flagg in foul trouble. So it was everyone else that stepped it up until Cooper took over here in the second half.
Going around the back, draws 3. Here's Proctor open. He knocks in a three-pointer.
Now Proctor over to him, and easier said than done. The times that they've been able to break the paint, SMU's been able to come up with some good things.
(37-30), 1:30 to go. Flagg the alley-oop and a beautiful pass. And put in James for Foster. Here's Flagg back in the game. Proctor. Man, oh man. Man, what a player he was at Maryland for Lefty Drizel. There's a turnover for SMU. Flagg to Gillis. Oh my! Catch, score. Nicely done. Ben Burnham's second field goal.
That was great patience by Johnson. And Burnham bails him out because Burnham kept moving.
Yep. 4-point lead for the Blue Devils. Gungba out front against Wessler. Here's Flagg on the catch. Knipple straight away. Knipple back for Evans. Strong with the 3. Brown kept it alive. Flagg in the corner. Evans tees up another one. Sure.
Dribbling when they want to do, then that helps you. But Virginia Tech just can't get inside.
How about the steal? Malawach to Flagg. To Malik Brown, the rebound of a Rodney Brown miss. Flagg against Burnham. Evans out of the corner. It's Lowell. So those of you who followed the Rams knew him as Toby Lowell. He is Toby Lowell because that's the way he prefers the pronunciation. And we're happy to oblige as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very few things is important about choosing your name. Most opportunity to advance. Now, they're the ones they're the hardest to beat.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, the Panthers and Blue Devils. Here's Flagg after the turnover. He'll leave it. Proctor will finish.
Malik Brown, who's a really good defender. I know I had him. I recruited him at Syracuse. He's a really good defender. And that was a big-time move for a freshman.
Freshman out of the Overtime Elite program, which is just a couple of minutes from here. Knipple hits his second 3. The soiree, the redshirt freshman, ends a 6-minute scoring drought and a 14-0 run. And then Knipple answers with 3.
Mismatch. Flagg defended by Woody Newton. Flagg another offensive rebound. James a deep 3. Got it. O'Connor drawing a double team.
finds Haynes. George Mason shooting less than 20% from the floor. Flagg waiting for Sion James to get back into the picture. And now the two-lane transfer with the basketball. Flagg extra pass. Proctor puts in a three.
Hard, and that was just a really smart play.
One of three Duke freshmen projected to go in the top 10 in this year's NBA draft as Brown finished.
Brown that time. Brown not quite the bulk of Malawach.
Evans left open. Cashes in from downtown.
Louisville, something certainly to watch to see how long he could be out of the lineup.
One of the things you want to do when you go against Duke in here is you want to try to shorten the possession, shorten the game, shrink the court as much as you can.
Malawach the lob and the finish. Duke's on the board. Foster spins away from trouble outside to Proctor. Gets outside to Flagg. He'll get it back. Proctor left wide open.
There's some guys out there. They're good.
Oh, he will certainly not be without competition as this season moves along, as Flagg gives it up to Gillis. That's a three.
Kind of numbers in the SEC, and he has, and he's done it consistently, and he continues to get better because now he can knock down a three.
Well, Gillis just wrestled that ball away from Moore to get Duke a possession.
And I think Duke now can attack J.P. Pegues. He's not the quickest guard, and right now he's guarding Isaiah Evans, but if I were them, I'd drive him.
Evans gets the three off and hit. Tipped away by Brown. Pettiford, the force. Almost banked it in. It's Duke ball. And another three. Belongs to Auburn with numbers. And Baker Mazzara threw it away. Now Duke in transition. Foster for three. Still a very low turnover game considering the pace, but now it's starting to creep up a little bit on Auburn.
Well, most of Auburn's turnovers, a number of them have come with Duke taking it the other way.
Flagg. Proctor, good fake. The three, yes!
Become bowl eligible. All those games right here on ACC Network, streaming on the ESPN app. Terrific year it's been for Manny Diaz and the Blue Devils football team. Wake Forest 4-7. Duke could get to 9-3 with a victory tomorrow. Proctor for three.
Drop-off pass.
Brown for Proctor. Brown kicks it. Evans missed it. Flagg saved it. Deep one from Proctor is good. For Duke. Christopoulos did not score in that first half. Foster gets a piece of that one. Ends up in the hands of Flagg, and Foster the recipient. Malawach with a quiet night so far, 4-3 in 11 minutes. Flagg will get it to him. That's not quiet. Moncrief against Knippel, spinning around him into Flagg and Malawach. Good distribution, but Goma couldn't finish. And here's Flagg again. Great find in transition and a Proctor three. Notably a pregame player to watch on one of those broadcasts from Dan Bonner.
Dan Bonner killed me during the broadcast.
It was your 17th career start. Evans! There's a wild drive by Arrington. Cooper's got the rebound. Foster again. Midway through the second half, Duke has allowed 4 points in the half, all on free throws, and count that bucket.
Tipped up and in by Dickinson.
Score very aggressive. He needs to get to the basket, and that was a good example right there.
Rebounding's going to be a big part of this. We take a look at tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Terry's Chocolate. It's Foster and Proctor in the backcourt.
They still have plenty of time on the shot clock as they move it around. They space the floor, 5 out. They really don't throw it into the post very often.
The double Flagg leaves a wide open shot from the 3, and it goes.
The more you play deep in the paint, the better it's going to be.
Dickinson aggressive here, threw it up. That was an aggravating, frustrating trip for Dickinson, who may have gotten away with the high elbow push-off. A 7-0 run trying to cut it even further. Brown, yes they do! A 2 by 5.
By the way, it's not like Hunter hasn't picked up a few tricks in 5 years.
Is it only 5 years?
Oh, it's 4. It's 5. It's 5. This is 5, yeah.
Get in the paint. Nice play.
Yeah. Transfer from Alabama. You go underneath on a screen, and he pulled the trigger really quickly. There is zero hesitation. Arizona wants to play fast.
Good show there by Krivas. Now Flagg, still plenty of time.
And an excellent job by Jaden Bradley on the tag.
Proctor now shooting a shot. John Shire's gone to his bench. Malik Brown, Sion James both into the game. Flagg with a steal. Shovel past Proctor. His second 3 of the night.
What a big time.
It will go and get Arizona back within 2.
Excellent job turning the corner to get into the lane.
Good ball movement here by the Blue Devils, and Malowacz with a chance for a 3-point.
I hope Malowacz is okay there. They're looking at something with his shoe or foot. But I actually like this smaller lineup. I really think this was the group that moved the basketball really well day 1 to the end of the season.
And we got lucky to see a lot of Sion James as Flagg missed a 3 the last 4 years at Tulane. If you watch Sion James, if you talk to Ron Hunter, the Tulane coach, as Foster hits the 3, you know Sion
be contributors before they ever become stars. I think those things are important. Just you have to be able to put a value on that when everything outside is telling you go make money.
Flagg, delicious taste to Gumba, his first 2. Ball, taller players who are very raw, still learning the game. He is pretty polished for being the 5th youngest guy in college basketball. It's somebody, again, with very little basketball experience.
He doesn't try to overdo it. He simplify the game, and it comes easy.
Flagg to Foster for 3.
See wide open space, but the whole time your head's saying, don't get blocked, don't get blocked, don't get blocked. Like, Malowacz has that impact, and again, like I said, Mark Williams did a few years back.
Knipple 3, set up once again. Another good finish by Filovich.
Only when I'm cooking Italian.
71-24, in case you didn't look at the TV wondering why these guys talking about onions. Here's Foster. Another 3 for Caleb.
Picked 8th in the league preseason in the SEC. So many good teams in that league.
Yeah, that's a monster. Boy, Cooper Flagg's made so many plays right in a row. The assist being the Correa, so open shots.
Robinson dips that shoulder in, creates the contact, but Flagg comes down with a rebound.
Just great defense to challenge by Cooper Flagg.
Sion James.
11th offensive rebound, but they only have 7 second chance points, so Duke really hasn't made them pay yet.
James off the feed from Flagg. And now that you mention it, that seems to me. It's a good looking stroke from Jalen Rucker, the senior out of the Gilman School in Baltimore, who was first team All-Patriot League 2 years ago and is among the top 20 all-time leading scorers in Army. Chris is from South Portland. Played a couple of years at Notre Dame before transferring back home to play at Maine. Flagg puts it on the deck. Malowacz. He's got Ontario.
They play a rotating, three-headed monster at their bigs. Keelan Steele starting this game. A guy who's really battled injuries. Has redshirted the last 2 years.
Once again, Flagg.
Glass and always around the basketball.
Well, even though that shot rimmed out, the fact that Christopher Mantis got another open 3 will not please the Duke coaching staff. That was a big part of the scout earlier today. Here he is again, number 2 with the basketball. James. Off the feed, it's another assist. Burns puts up a tough shot. Malik Brown off the Duke bench early here in the second half. Flagg works to the baseline, finds Knipple in the opposite corner for three.